Hey guys, in this tutorial, we'll discuss about the metric in your ad manager query called impressions not competing. And you can find that under dynamic allocation opportunity. The reason why this is an important metric to look into is because this is most likely some lost opportunity because these are impressions that could have been eligible for ad exchange in dynamic allocation, but are not competing against ad exchange because probably you set them under a line item type that's not competing against ad exchange, like sponsorship or house. So let's go ahead and try to look or run this report and see how it looks like. Okay, so in this account, it's pretty well managed. We only have less than 1% of the ad impressions not competing against ad exchange. But again, this is a metric you need to run in your ad manager and see if there are opportunities that are missed. If this is a very high percentage, look at or run your report by line item type. Let me show you how to do that. You can go here in your dimensions, change this to line item type, and then you can go ahead and run the report. You can further break it down by ad unit, or if you want to further break it down by device category, feel free to do so, or add the relevant filters in here. Then make sure to check impressions not competing. So if you're getting a very high percentage of impressions not competing, you have to make sure that aside from checking your line item types, you understand how these line items work. So sponsorship will always take precedence among all the other line item types if it exists. It does not compete and it will always take the highest priority. Standard is basically you are enabling what we call enhanced dynamic allocation. So with standard, it depends on how close or how far it is from its quantity goal based on the end date that you set up. And then if it's struggling to meet the delivery goal, DFP will assign it a temporarily high CPM to get it ahead of the competition. But if it's reaching, the satisfaction index is high, meaning it's reaching its delivery goal, then DFP will assign it with a temporarily low CPM. So let's go back. Now we have network. This is non-guaranteed. It will only monetize impressions if none of these two was able to monetize it. And again, this is percentage based. Bulk is quantity based, and again, it's non-guaranteed and will also only monetize if none of these two plus network was able to monetize the impression. Price priority, on the other hand, will most likely compete with ad exchange or AdSense on dynamic allocation. Standard will also compete, but again, it doesn't matter if whatever CPM rate that you put in the line item setting, because DFP or Google Ad Manager will still assign it with a temporarily low or high CPM depending on the satisfaction index. So if you have the opportunity to set up the line item on price priority, do it, because this one will compete fairly with ad exchange. And the only time ad exchange can win is if it's able to beat the CPM rates you have in your price priority line item. Now, if none of these guys can monetize the impression, of course it goes to your house line item, which is the lowest type or lowest priority line item in the stack. And this, of course, does not compete against dynamic allocation. So this will also be part of your impressions not competing in dynamic allocation percentage if you run the report. So if it's going to house, then that only means you don't have enough bidders set up or ad network set up to compete on your inventory or monetize your traffic. And that's a low-hanging fruit that you need to address in order to maximize your revenue potential.
That's it for today. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to subscribe to our blog to learn to monetize more. Hope to see you here again soon. Bye for now.